What's up, guys? How's it going? We are back with another football facility video. Last time we did the Georgia Bulldogs. This time we're going to do inside the Michigan Wolverines 168,280,000 square foot football facility. A guy left me a comment. What was his name? Joseph Mulker, saying he'd been asking for this for 589 days. So this one's for you, Joseph. Guys, comment down below if there's stuff you want me to react to. I will read them, and if it sounds like a good video, I will get round to doing it. Let's dive straight into this, and yeah, let's see how it goes. This is Royal Key. Let's get into it. The Georgia one was excellent, and I think that was 80 million.
What's
this
going
one
on, world? Brand new episode
so what more
of Royal
expensive?
Key there on your
We got
screen.
a nice
I'm your
shoe
host,
wall to
George
start us
Kills.
off.
I'm here in Ann Arbor with my man Gary of Michigan Equipment. Gary, what's going on, man?
How you doing, sir? George, we welcome you to the Michigan football facility, the Schembechler Hall. It's just great to show off our new facility here. This was just remodeled this year. We're actually in what we call the tunnel experience.
They
here.
Jordans?
This is where we set up our recruiting photo display. A lot of our
definitely
different
are.
shoes the kids have had an opportunity to wear. 2016, we became the first football school to incorporate the Jordan brand as part of our new Nike contract.
Flexing on the
year.
other teams
Opened
there.
up a whole new world of cleats. In the last 3 years, they've actually added a different
They're pretty
cleat.
cold, you know,
It
pretty
became
cold.
Their game cleat for the year. Used the one this year, Jordan 1. Looking forward to see what we do next year. And then these are some of the PE shoes they've acquired, as well as some of the retail retros that we've used
in the Michigan
for
colours,
travel, for
apart from
international
those
trips.
There's so
white Air
much
Force
blue
Ones.
and your iconic colors, but I want to actually take you to a shoe here, this Air Jordan right here. Tell me about that.
That was that was to South Africa. That was last year's shoe.
The
We
South
actually
Africa?
had the traditional 11 for Paris. Our first year we went to Rome, we just had a regular travel shoe then, and then they started incorporating the regular shoes. But for Paris we used the 11, and then last year we went to South Africa. We ended up going to Cape Town for a few days.
Very
We were able
nice.
to go up to Table Mountain. We were able to go to Robben
they're living
Island,
the good life,
some
these
Mandela's
college
jail
players, aren't
cell. And then we went to Johannesburg, went to the Apartheid Museum, ended it with a 2-day safari. So they had all their Jordan 4s and the
Got to end it
safari,
with a
but
safari.
it's a great reminder whenever you look at those shoes or wear them of some of the outstanding, awesome experiences.
Okay, I get it. You
Now,
got
you
nice
mentioned
shoes.
earlier
Show me the
that
gym.
you guys were the first Jordan football program.
You know, when I started, I think they still had the Riddell, Riddell with the white shoelaces and everything, some old Wilson shoes. We had, you know, I mean, we were just dreaming
Nothing
of
wrong with
Nike when I
Wilsons.
started some of the places I was. And then, you know, I was fortunate my last place, we were Nike, but then to come here and all of a sudden, by the way, I was hired, you know, we're switching into Jordan next year. It's like, wow, I had to start studying a little bit and finding out how special this was. We'll see when we get to the equipment room later. They actually made us a sample shoe of the 1 through 30 Jordan retros in the Michigan
That's
colors.
cool.
Now, this is the biggest weight room in the country.
Okay.
I believe it is for football, yeah.
Biggest weight room in the country. Yo, we've seen some mad weight rooms on this channel so far, so this one should be the most insane one yet.
What's unique about this weight room?
I just like that it's so well thought
It's cool, looks cool. Nice big screen in there. They like monkey bars.
out. You know, you got
Lot
the
of
hill,
machines.
you kind of do your running up and down the hill
Okay.
right there. And
They got the hill for the hill runs. The Georgia one, they had the stadium stairs, so they could do the stadium stairs without actually having to go to the stadium. Which one's better?
it looks right out on the practice field, so you guys have guys rehabbing
Nice.
and you get their work in and still keep an eye on practice outside.
That's not it.
George, this is
You didn't even go in the weight room. What is this, man? You spent two and a half minutes telling us about your Jordan sponsorship, which is cool. I'm not disregarding that it's cool. Then you tell me you got the biggest weight room in the country and you don't even go in there? No. What is that? I don't care that much about your shoes. I care more about your weight room. It's a facilities tour.
our indoor practice facility. This is the Glick Field House, one of the largest in the country, not the largest.
It's a nice
Fortunate
indoor
weather
football
sometimes,
facility.
Like a little rain, like a little cold.
they're all
We try to
nice.
practice outside as much as possible, but when not, we're in here in the indoor facility.
That's big screen.
It's got
The lovely people over at BetUS have decided to sponsor the channel. So guys, if you are into sport and you're very knowledgeable about sport and you think you always know which team is going to win, it's time to go and prove yourself. Go and sign up down below. If you're in America, you're over 18. It's really easy to do. You can bet on football, college football, basketball, NHL, all the top sports. So whichever is your sport that you know most about, you do have an opportunity to go and make yourself some money. They're offering a 125% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and 30 risk-free bets. So you might as well give it a go and try and make yourself some extra dollars while you can. Like I said, the link is down in the description. It's dead easy to do. Good luck.
A new video board up there so we can show replays.
Don't get
following
caught
each
slacking in
practice
training
play.
there.
Go up and show them right away.
And so many banners up in the rafters.
I'm in a
Yes,
bad
we
mood
still need to
now.
add
I'm in a
some
bad
more,
mood,
but
guys.
There's always room for one more. John Falk, when I talk about replays, I always ask him which ring's the best. He goes, the next one. So, I think Tom Brady had that same philosophy.
You better go back
Now,
to that weight
throughout
room.
the season, how often are they in here compared to being outside?
We'll try to put like off one side of the ball outside, one side of the ball inside, then meet usually outside. We try to do is outside as much as possible. Obviously we have a grass game and we're going to practice on our grass fields. Do more of the walkthroughs and things in here and then try to get the feel of football. This is a new feature that we just added as we remodel our facility, but we call it our mudroom. The players
mudroom.
call it the lazy river, the car wash. That's where our
it's a
guys
shower.
change each day and they're able to go through and get cleaned up after practice instead of sitting in those old metal tubs from the old days. We've kind of modernized that a little bit, but I'll let my assistant Carl kind of take you from here and show you,
Come on,
show
Carl.
you around this
You
place.
give us a proper
So
tour.
here we are in the Michigan football mudroom. The process goes, they come in from these doors here from practice or out from Glick. They'll put up their shoulder pads and helmets up here, cleats and gloves in these little cubbies over here. Then they'll come around this corner, cut their tape on these benches right here with the sharks, throw them away, and then they'll go through the car wash to get any turf pellets and wash off any excess sweat off their bodies, and then walking through.
Kind of prisony, don't you think? Not that I've ever been to a prison, and I'm sure it's much nicer than a prison. It's just a steel facade. I don't want to be car washed either. You know what I mean by prison? It's like when they go in and they get hosed down.
The cold tub one time, I think
Cold
we
tub's
timed
cool.
it out at near a
Again,
minute is equivalent
dead
to 15
deco,
minutes sitting in a
like-
cold tub. I've been in here twice and it's awful. It is 45 degrees.
Take me back to the time the players first used this area. What was that like?
They're excited in the sense that the shower heads, like we saw right there, was pretty cool. They're like, oh, car wash. But once they got in, they're like all of them are like shriveled up, like walking through.
I mean, I'm sure it's effective.
In that mud room, after they come through there and put all that stuff, what is the process for you guys on the equipment staff?
So the biggest thing for us is to make sure everyone's shoulder pads and helmets are on that rack. Those are my babies. I got to keep track of them. When they go in this cold tub, they're just in compression shorts, so they take off their pants. We got to make sure we get the pants from that hamper in there and wash them. Other than that, it's been a blessing.
Now, tell me about the helmet. That's iconic in college football.
It's just traditional, like you said. We actually redid our wings a couple years ago in the sense that our paint was a shiny blue. Now it's a satin blue. And then this past year, we redid our wing profile to make it look menacing. It's kind of cool how
I do
it
like a
changed
satin
over the years.
combined
as well
with a
as
shiny.
Every
It's
Friday
nice.
night, we actually take
cool helmet.
paintbrushes to cover up these nicks rather than Sharpies. We have a painting party every Friday. But then we also have our Wolverine decals that were introduced with Coach Harbaugh here. Sonny, the head equipment manager here, puts those on every Tuesday after a win. By the end of the season, these things will be covered up in Wolverine decals, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And what is that method? How do they get these decals on?
Everyone gets one if we win. If it's a Big Ten win, it's two. If it's a big win, they might get another one. And then there's little things throughout the game, like if they're graded out well, they get some extra stickers. If they got
It's
an
like being
intercept,
back in primary school and kindergarten, as you guys would say, you get a sticker if you're good. If you
touchdown,
get a good
etc.
win.
They'll get
Two
extra
stickers.
stickers. All
Big
that's
Ten
it
win,
for the
3
mudroom.
stickers.
Let's get you back
Be
to Sonny
naughty.
here. These are
No
our electric
stickers for
fights
you.
we give back and forth from the stadium with. Say a player leaves his cleats here when we're getting ready for a game, so we weave through the fans on this thing. But yeah, go catch up with Sonny here.
Don't take me back to this bloody shoe wall. I don't care.
Now, Sonny, what do we have here on this particular lineup right here?
Just some of the retro.
Is this just a big advert? Is this just one big advert? I know I've got an advert in this video, so it's hypocritical. But come on, it's a football facilities tour. We're 7 minutes in, and we're not seeing nothing. Georgia,
I was starting off with the cleats.
Georgia doing
We
it
got
better
the
for half the
13s,
money.
The 11s, my favorite ones. They call
Georgia
it.
doing it
I don't know,
right.
it's kind of like the Fab Five inspiration. Then this is 12 PSNY. That's one of my favorites too. And then we got 9 boots. These are pretty convenient.
I know you guys
for
love your
around
sneakers
here.
in America.
And then
It's
we had
caught on
these
more
for
in
the
England,
South
but
Africa trip.
when I was
These
growing,
were
it
the
wasn't a
Paris
massive thing
trip.
for us.
And then we
Football
got the
boots were
Snake
massive.
11.
That was it.
Now, which shoe, when the players saw it, was the craziest
I'm
reaction?
not a big
I want
sneakerhead.
to say
I'm not
the
gonna lie.
12 PSNY. It was kind of unexpected. I think this right away too was a pretty big hit. Honestly, all of them. Every time they're just jacked.
Now, how do you guys go about, I guess, presenting the players with these shoes?
We try to keep it somewhat secret. Some guys, find out one way or another. Sometimes they'll come to the room, like especially the PEs, like sign them out. But more of the retail retros, we might have them in here and be out in the hallway and just say, check your cubby. Yeah. And then they pop open the door like it's a Christmas present and start freaking out.
Show me the locker
I'll ask
room.
two questions. Who is the biggest sneaker guy in the equipment room? And then also, who is the biggest sneaker guy on the team?
I get labeled a pretty big sneaker guy, but I'd say Carl's a big sneaker guy. I mean, he's definitely a cleat guy. He knows the cleats. He's the go-to for that. Players on the team, there's so many. So this is just a concept. It's not out, not coming out. It's from the first year. I came up with the idea of it's Harbaugh from the feet up.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not that interested in shoes. I'm just not that interested in them. Joseph, this video he recommended me, he's not hitting right for me. And I'm also called Joseph.
We've got the black
sorry, mate.
cleats on. We've got the
I hope
black
it gets
bottom,
better.
up into the gummy runner, through the khaki.
Sorry for my
Simple
negativity
navy
here.
top, Coach Harbaugh skinny M with the maize lace with a little whistle medallion.
So George, this is our newly remodeled equipment room. Still in the process of getting some graphics up here. We're going to try to highlight the retros and some of the 23 logos and things like that. This is the shoes I mentioned to you before. When we first came out 3 years ago in the Jordan brand, they actually made a retro for us in each of the 30 Jordan retros.
Which one did the players, I guess, make their initial reaction that was the crazy?
I think probably the 11s, because they did the original 11 shoe as the Paris travel shoe. Then all of a sudden that became our cleat.
Now, as far as your 40-year career, you've accumulated a lot of different things.
As we talked about some of those international trips, this is probably my highlights. I mean, you got the Paul Bunyan trophy.
Where's all this
replica
money gone?
week. You got the little brown jug for the Minnesota game. Paul Bunyan.
They ate on this guy's
State game.
office.
I'll show you a better picture across the street of the stadium, but there's a picture of the Pope receiving his helmet and his shoes from Coach Harbaugh at the Vatican. That doesn't happen every day. And then our Paris trip, we went to the sites there. Really not much to be said here. This is actual sand from Normandy Beach. And then up here, this is our staff posing in front of Table Mountain in South Africa and Cape Town. It was so nice to get away and actually do something with the players that they'll remember a lifetime. It's just not football, but more about getting out in the world.
Through your 40 years, what is your favorite thing about being a part of the equipment team?
I think the favorite thing is just the experiences. The players, they come back, and one of the first places they usually visit is the equipment room to see some of the support guys. When a guy comes back, even if he's not an NFL guy, he's a professional doing something else. And for that moment in time, you kind of go right back to that year and you start telling stories, and there's just nothing like it. I told my wife, in those 40 years, I've never really worked a day in my life. So George, all around our building, we have different memorabilia, and I'll show you a little bit when we get to the stadium. We have
Don't show me any more
Jordans
Jordans.
back there, but like lining our hallway to go upstairs to our cafeteria and the coaches' offices are all the Michigan All-Americans. Around halfway down the left side, there's a quarterback named Jim Harbaugh up there on the wall as well. So.
All right, Gary, I had to put my coat on, man, because we're out here in this Ann Arbor weather. But where are we now?
Okay, this is nice today. We're entering the big house here. It's our hallway leading to the locker room. Our doors, of course, say the team on them. We've got some highlights from Michigan history. The first one is a Jim Harbaugh pass back in 1985 to John Colasar for a big touchdown. We got a little Desmond Howard here, Heisman winners.
I think there's some money laundering going on or something in Michigan. What do you call it? Like tax evasion. $168 million. I'm not seeing that money. I'm not seeing that money spent nowhere. We got no digital walls. We got nothing fancy. Everything's just white and plain. And you just got pictures on the walls. If that's the locker room that I'm seeing back there, then this is definitely tax evasion, guys.
Bo Schenbecker up here on the wall. Those who stay will be champions. We also have the gold.
This football facility is dead.
Out the door each day. And leading into our locker room, we'll go back to the coach's hallway here. We have a few more pics. There's a color photo.
LSU and Georgia clear.
For the Pope receiving his helmet. He seems really excited. I don't know if it's because it's the first time he ever received a helmet, but we were just wondering if he ever put those Jordans on at some point. You know, all the time, whenever we get a new staff member or a new player, we'll call and find out what their shoe size was. I was a little different, calling the Vatican asking, can you give me the Pope's shoe size? Right. Another picture of Michael Jordan. I mentioned being our honorary captain that first game.
What a surprise.
This is actually the night before the game. He met the team. The team was surprised. Some more pictures down here. This is Coach Harbaugh with Tom Brady when he was our honorary captain. And there's the Harbaugh clan with his son Jay, his brother John, This is when Coach was doing a satellite camp in Baltimore, so he's got the Ray Lewis jersey, and that's his father, the patriarch of the family, Jack Harbaugh. This is Coach's office on game days. I won't tell you that's the original Bo Schembechler desk, but we did try to give it the look of Coach Schembechler. We got our team picture up there on the wall. This is where he meets on game day. They do their halftime strategy. I said we kind of saw the replica tunnel experience. Now there's the actual tunnel.
Right.
A little bit bigger. Remember my first year here, we had our spring game in April. It was snowing. It was cold. It was a night game.
The stadium's cool.
And there's still 85, 90,000
Really nice.
there for a spring game. And then every game in my 4 years here has been over 110,000. It's just phenomenal. This place is full every time. It's unbelievable. Now let's go back to my domain, the equipment area. I'll show you a few things we put aside for your package.
Show
So
us some
George, this is a part of our equipment room. This is kind of our player cubbies. But we have a different package. We kind of keep some of our players' apparel they're not using, some of their extra cleats in here, and I'll put together a little Michigan package.
This video's nearly over.
Something for a special Michigan fan.
Yeah.
Probably won't be the retro fours, but
Right.
we'll see what else we can do for them.
Nice, nice, nice. And to find out how to win.
Are you joking me, man? We didn't see the locker room. We didn't see the film room. We didn't see no technology. We didn't see nothing good. This was just one big Jordan advert. Is this the right video that I reacted to, Joseph? You let me know. The guy who commented originally, let me know down in the comments, is this the one you wanted me to watch? Because we watched it and I'm going to post it. But I'm not impressed, guys. Honestly, this bottom one so far, and I think it was the most expensive. I think it was definitely more expensive than Georgia's. And I can't remember how much LSU's was, but I really liked LSU's and I really liked Georgia's. I don't know if I like this one or not because we didn't see anything. What did we see?
Equivalent to
We saw
15
this.
minutes sitting in a
We saw helmets, we saw shoulder pads, we saw a lot of Jordans, we saw more Jordans. We didn't see nothing fancy, nothing nice, nothing that if I was a college athlete and I went to Georgia's facility and I went to LSU's facility and then I went to the Wolverines facility that I'm choosing this one for $168 million. Maybe I've just got the wrong video here. I don't know, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do subscribe to the video. Leave a comment down below. Give me something good to react to. I'll see you for the next one. Take it easy. Peace.